Hey guys, macguzmanyt here, back with another video, and today's going to be my behind the scenes and how I made my Voltron Do Not Resist video. And it took a while just because I haven't made a stop motion in a long time, especially because some of the movements aren't that good, as you can see there with the choppy head. The most complicated thing was trying to get things to balance because they weren't Legos, you can just place on studs. The first thing I had to do was trying to get the angle right for the intro, so what I did is I looked up the original intro and tried to copy it from there. And like I said, it was really hard to try to get him to balance, so I ended up using tape, and that didn't really work either, so I tried to put it up on a box and tape it to the box, so when I had put the camera down at an angle, it looked almost exactly the same. So getting the camera angle was kind of hard because once it got into the angle, I needed to find some way to balance it. So what I did is I found a couple things that'll help balance it. So first of all, I put a weight on the cord so it didn't move. I put Batman on the front so it would balance it out from the front. And then to get the tilt to the left, I put a chain that I got for Christmas. I had balled it up and put it underneath it. So when I just left it alone, it made the perfect angle. I have a webcam, so it's harder to get angles with this and harder to get shots because it's not that good of a camera, but it's what I have. So getting the angle was probably one of the hardest things, especially when I had to balance the camera and balance the Voltron action figure. So one of the most challenging things in making a stop motion is getting your setup to be good and making sure the shot looks okay. So I had to move everything off to the side, which means my desk is crowded. So while trying to balance Voltron, I had a few complications. One is when I first got him, I actually broke him, so his legs are uneven, so I tried anything I could to make him balance. I tried using a toilet paper roll, I tried balancing it using one of those things to help it keep it pressure against it, so if it slipped it wouldn't fall, but then that slipped and it didn't work either. So I tried taping it again and it still didn't work, and eventually I got into this position, which worked. So after I got into this position, it was a matter of getting him into the correct position as it was in the intro. So I went to the first frame of the intro and tried to line it up. So, as I said before, I had my camera angle. Now all I had to do was fix the lighting. So there I was trying to fix the iOS settings and the exposure, and it was kind of good, except for some reason, I have no idea what happened. My camera was messing up and it wouldn't do anything correctly. So the light levels weren't working. If I put it too dark, you'd only see Voltron's one side. If I put it too bright, it would get all grainy for some reason, and I had no idea how to fix it, and it really annoyed me. So then I tried experimenting with the lamplight I had, trying to shine it onto there and see what it did. And eventually it started to work a little bit. You could see more of Voltron, and it was just a matter of getting it to not look grainy, which means like it would look fuzzy. I don't know why. So then I tried to match it up with the intro to see what it looks like. So I was trying to get that in my head as I was making it, so I knew about which position I needed to put it in. And I was trying to see what the rest of the light levels looked like to see if I needed to change anything along the way. And apparently I didn't, because it was just that black background, so which was good because I didn't have any other background. So that's how I started off right before I started making the stop motion. After I found the correct balance position and the position he needed to be in, I tried to find the first frame of the intro where it was black. So once I did that, I tried to get him into that same position without messing up him or without having him fall over. So I tried to make it as accurate as possible. So as you can see with the angle there, the angle is almost exactly alike. The lighting is pretty good. All I needed to do now was start animating. And surprisingly, it took 4 freaking hours. So as it's showing, I'm going to be explaining which part of the video I was working on at that point and what I had to do in order to get that shot done. So right there in the beginning where he takes out his sword for the first time, it was just a process of doing it frame by frame, literally. So I just went by each frame on the video and tried to see if I can mimic what it does. But then I ran into the problem right here where I didn't realize there was an explosion kind of thing when the sword came out. And eventually I used this piece of paper that I ripped up and balanced in between his hands. Then it was a matter of getting that light, so I shined a flashlight and I tried to angle it so it shined directly on the piece of paper and reflected that light. So all was good because I figured out how to get the light and how to make it shine. So after I had that and him taking out his sword, I tried to play it back to see what it looked like in comparison. So it was a little slow right there, but the animation's pretty similar, except right there where the freaking light is flashing. And I had no idea how to do that flashing light. It puzzled me. And then I had a really good idea. The same flashlight I used to get the light bouncing off the sword, I just barely shined it into the corner of the lens and it made that sort of flashing thing, and it actually kind of looked pretty similar. After getting the scene with Voltron, it was a matter of how I would do the scenes with the cop. So instead of trying to film it all in chronological order, I could film with the set I had now. So with the setup I had now, I did with the parts where he was shooting him. So as you can see, I just used the same paper that I used for the explosion with the sword, except I just had it with a little piece rolled up. And then that's the part where Voltron moves and he talks some more and moves his sword back. Alright, so after I made all the wide shots and all the shoot shots, all I had to do was make the close-up shots where it's just the cop talking. And it wasn't that difficult. After everything was done, I just had an empty space and zoomed the camera up on him, shined some light, and then just changed the figure every time he was talking to something different. And then after that, I just pieced it in between the parts where he was talking while I was editing, which, by the way, took like another 30 minutes. After 2 freaking hours, this is what it's like. Everything is messed up, and everything is not alright. I am very sad, 'cause my desk is a mess. I don't know what to do, I guess I'll edit the rest, yeah. Hey guys, thank you for watching this behind the scenes of my Voltron Do Not Resist video that I made recently. If you haven't seen that, you should probably go see it because I spent a long time on it and it just took forever and it was painstakingly hard. And anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please like it and turn on notifications and look out for any other videos I have pertaining to stop motions or videos in general. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!